Hey guys, it's Mom. Welcome back to the channel, and today I am going to show you a base game save file made by Analea. I'm also using this save file for my Hot Tea Legacy, so you might have seen some of this already on my game, but since this is a base game save file, it only adds to Willow Creek, Oasis Springs, and Newcrest. But aside from the builds, there's also a lot of backstories within each household. If you guys also don't have all of the packs like me, then this might help you out. I will link Analea's links down below so you can download this for yourself too. But anyway, going into Willow Creek, so this is it. It's looking very detailed already, and as I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg because there's also backstories for each household and not just, beautiful builds. Just going into the builds right now, Analea mentioned that she wanted community lots in each neighborhood. I think this one she mentioned used to be just residential, and if you didn't have the save file, you probably never would go here because there's no park or anything, there's no community lot. So she made it a point to add community lots in each neighborhood. So I'm gonna do this one by one, and I'm gonna go inside each neighborhood. So Sage Estates, I'm gonna go here. So this is the Willow Beat. This is the nightclub. This is gonna be a pretty long video, but I really wanted to showcase this to you guys in case you're interested. So this is the Willow Beat. See how realistic that is. There are like cars parked in front. There are little signages, and it just looks really lived in. This is the main bar, and then some seating areas, and then a pool actually. So it's a nightclub, but it's not your typical nightclub where it's just a dance floor and a DJ and whatever. So this is really interesting. There's also a lot of seating outside so your Sims can hang out here. Up next, under Sage Estates also, this is Blossom Field, which is a wedding venue. That's interesting. This is so pretty. Again, this looks very realistic, like a lot of signages, trees, and a fountain, and even like a grand entrance over here, and then some seating area obviously for the guests, and this is the archway, and then a bunch more seating areas. Maybe you can have your reception area over here at the sides. This is so beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, whenever I get my Sims married, they're typically only getting married in like restaurants or maybe even at home, or like sometimes even I just have them elope because I'm too lazy to build a wedding venue like this. But this is so beautiful, and it's built right into the save game file. You can also have them get married indoors if maybe the weather is not as nice, or if you just prefer this vibe, then you can also have that here. There's also a bar for the guests, pond over here, and it looks like there'll be fireflies, so I can imagine this will look really beautiful in the evening because there'll be fireflies all over. Alright, so that's it for Sage Estates, and then going on to Pendula View, this historical section of Willow Creek. This has all the large mansions. So the Goths, the Connor family, which again, if you're watching my Hot Tea Legacy series, I'm actually dating Hunter from this household, and then the Stanton residences. I'm just gonna do this per neighborhood. So let's go ahead and visit the Art and History Museum. Okay, this is it. Now I'm realizing, are these trees outside also like part of the base game? Did she add those in? I'm not sure, but anyway. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. There's even seating outside. So anyway, again, there are signages out here, which makes it just look realistic, and then a fountain at the front. Over on the first floor, there's a bunch of sculptures that your Sims can look at. Is this modified? I think it is. That's interesting. Okay, so a bunch of sculptures, and then what is this? A typewriter, and then some art, obviously. This is really beautiful. And then, ooh, something's floating over here. I think that's it for the inside. And then outdoors, there's also, again, a bunch of seating areas, and then a bunch of other sculptures. And again, it's just a really realistic space. Moving on to the Goths, let's see their storyline. The Goths are embracing a new chapter. Bella's passion for writing has filled the home with creativity, while Mortimer's business success keeps things lively. Cassandra has found herself growing close to the boy across the street, Jacob. Ooh, and is secretly thrilled by the connection they're building. Meanwhile, young Alexander is full of curiosity, eagerly learning from his dad and dreaming of the day he can follow in his footsteps. Okay, let's go inside. So aside from just the description of the household, I think Analea also updated the relationships and skills and stuff. So we'll see all of that over here. So let's actually look at their house first. They have a little garage over here with a car, And then this is what their mansion looks like with a chimney. This is really cute. And it's not as extravagant as you would think they would own, but again, a lot more realistic. Oh, they're hugging. So a lot more realistic. So you have an entryway over here with a lot of books and stuff. And then this is the kitchen slash dining area. And then they have this little cozy nook over here with a TV and couch. This is really cute. And then at the back, there's a pool area. It's really nice because you kind of get a sense that they're rich without it being unrealistic, if that makes sense. Oh, this is actually a room. So it's a fake garage, but it's actually functional because there's a room in here too. Oh, this is Cassandra's room. That's really nice. That's a nice touch. Okay, moving on to the second floor. So there's a bunch of rooms over here too. This, I'm assuming, is, okay, Mortimer and Bella's room. And then this is Alex's room. And then here is kind of like the hallway leading to all of the rooms. And then we have a bathroom over here. And then let's look at their relationships. So obviously Bella and Mortimer are really close and they have their romance all the way up. He also has a bunch of friends, their neighbors, I guess. He's got a bit of friendship with Xavier, Dorothy, Hunter, Kiara from next door. And then Cassandra, obviously, and Alexander, they're really close too. And then Paige, Stanton, and Albert. Albert, he's actually like friends with, and then a bunch of other people. He's currently a senior manager. And then Bella is late for work. Bella is a blogger. That's interesting. And then her writing skill is at 6 already. So that's nice. And then over here, let's look at her relationships too. She also has a bunch of relationships with her neighbors and stuff. So that's nice. And then as for Cassandra, true enough, she has a little crush on Jacob. So romantic interest, it's too early to tell, but there could definitely be something there. And then he is her neighbor, and then she perceives him as very attractive. So this is nice. Like little touches like this is really what makes the gameplay rich. And then Alexander has a bunch of friends from school, I'm assuming. And then he also has a good friendship with one of his toys. So that's really cute. Also, obviously, Analea gave them makeovers so they look better. Let's move on to the Stantons. The Stantons are a picture of success. Mom, a vice president, and dad, a savvy investor, have built a future for their family that will last for generations. But for their teenage son, Jacob, the pressure is high. His parents have big expectations, and although he's always got his head in a book, he secretly wishes for more time to just enjoy being a teen. Luckily, he's found support in a girl from across the street, that's Cassandra, who understands him and helps him deal with the weight of his family's demands. Oh, so there's some drama in here. The children are expected to be as successful as parents. So this is the household that are friends with the Goths. So this is Albert. A fire! Girl, why, literally, why is there a fire right now? What do you mean? Where? Outside? There's no fire. Oh! There you go. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sorry. Oh my god, the baby's crying. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's clean this up. Let's replace that. Okay, I'm gonna show you the house. Let's just forget that happened. So this is their house. This is a bit more modest versus the Goth's house, obviously. But in the first floor, they have a little entryway with some seating area over here and then some planter boxes. And then this is an extra room? It's not assigned to anyone. Oh, I guess this is the master's bedroom. And then over here we have the dining area with the kitchen. And then this is their bathroom. And then in the back, there's also more seating space for eating and stuff. And then there's a grill. And then upstairs, the toddler's room with a bunch of toys and even a potty trainer, another shower, and then I guess this is the bedroom of Jacob. Then again, I'm just a bunch of relationships all built in here. And then Jacob obviously has the same relationship with Cassandra, so romantic interest as well. Moving on to the Connor household. I'm pretty interested in this actually because, as I said, I was dating Hunter in my Hot Tea Legacy challenge. So I'm a bit curious as to what this household is like, what their house is like even. Connors have built a home filled with love, laughter, and ambition. Mom, a talented chef, brings delicious meals to the table every day, while dad keeps the house full of joy with his comedy routines. Recently, Kiara's younger brother Hunter moved in with them, leaving his old life behind in hopes of becoming a professional athlete. With big dreams in their hearts, this family is all about chasing what they love. This is so wholesome and so cute. You have a pretty nice house. We should have moved in here. I mean, it's a pretty big house and they have a pool in the backyard and they even have a hot tub in here. This is really pretty. All right, so there's also a fake garage. Let's see if this is also functional. It is, I think. So there's like a crafting table over here, which explains why, because I think Hunter should have like a sculpture in his inventory, right? And then look at this. There's even photos in their inventory. I didn't check for all of them, but it looks like there's photos for a bunch of them. Just some hobbies and stuff. Let's actually turn on all the lights. Planters. And then going into the house itself, a little entryway with a microphone. I wonder why there's a microphone actually. Head caterer, jokesmith. Oh, okay. So this person, Savior, is an entertainer. So that explains the microphone over here. And then a room for the kids, a bathroom, a cozy living area, and a kitchen. And then upstairs we have the master bedroom. This is actually a pretty good space. There's also like a gaming area over here for the Sims to bond over, and then another bedroom. Oh, and then this is Hunter's room. Girl, he downgraded when he dated us because our house was not like this at all. He even has a lounge in his bedroom. Okay, it's a really nice house. Now moving on to Courtyard Lane. So this is called Riverside Rest. So it's a pretty large park. And then it's pretty much what you would expect what a park could look like. This again looks really realistic. I think there's a bunch of restrooms over here and then just some monkey bars for the kids. And then a chess table, a telescope, some benches, some planter boxes, some areas with food, and a grill over here, a bonfire. Just a bunch of activities that your kids and your families can do. This is really pretty. And then you can get married here also. Because sometimes when my Sims get married and I just choose a random park, I have to put this in. But here you can actually get married, like without having to change anything. Super beautiful. And again, the signages. These just make everything super realistic. And I think this is from Debug because it's like zero simoleons. This one too. So a bunch of Debug stuff. She's so talented. I don't have the patience or the talent for this. And then moving on to the houses, this is the Wright Residential. The Wrights have just started a new chapter in Willow Creek. After moving into their new home, they're excited about what's ahead with their children. Braden, though, often jokes that they were perfectly happy living with his parents-in-law in Newcrest. Still, they're overjoyed with this fresh start, proud of what they've accomplished, and eager to see where the future takes them. I'm assuming there is a connection with another family in Newcrest, so that's always interesting as well. Okay, let's see what's inside. I'm seeing a pattern in these houses. Maybe it's because they're all in one world. There's always something like this, like a fake garage. Let's see if this is also functional. Yes, it is, but it's not a bedroom either. It actually looks like a garage too with some gym equipment. And then going into the house, there's a lot of plants all over the area. And then let's see if they have a backyard. They do, with a grill and then a seating area and a dining area outside. And then in terms of the house itself, you'll see that it's not as polished, or you kind of feel like they don't have as much money as the other neighborhoods that we were looking at earlier. So this is the kitchen. I really like how this kitchen is laid out actually. So okay, they're supportive, sure. We have some counters like strawn on over all over, and then this dining area, and then a little desk space. Obviously we have a living room over here, and then up top we have the bedrooms. Oh, this is actually quite nice. This is also cozy. Okay, so this is the toddler's bedroom for Ashley, and then this is a bed for Edward, and then this is the master's bedroom for Brayden and Audrey. And then moving on to this one, there's a cozy starter with no people inside. So this is interesting. I should have lived here actually. Again, very realistic. You see, there's planter boxes in front, and since it's a starter home, it's not super extravagant. And then there's just a little trash bin over there. Pretty simple backyard, cozy little living area, and then a kitchen, a dining area that sits two people. That's a starter anyway, and then a bedroom. Again, very realistic, something that I might actually can live in real life, if that makes sense. It looks like an actual home. And then this bathroom also is really interesting. So that's that. Very simple, but very livable, if that makes sense. Now, moving on to the pancakes. This is interesting. I've always loved the pancakes. Oh, they have a child. The pancakes are madly in love and living their best life. After rebuilding their home in Willow Creek, Bob, now a cook, and Eliza, a painter, are both thrilled with their new careers. Their little son, Carlton, has brought even more joy to their already happy family, making every day brighter. This loving, creative family is truly living their dream. Well, you can't even see the kid over here, but it looks like they got makeovers also. So Bob pretty much kind of looks like his old self, but Eliza, I think, really upgraded. So this is their house. It's a really cute house. And honestly, even just looking around the neighborhood, it really looks realistic because of all the builds over here. Oh my god, this is actually inspiring me to create my own save file. But again, I am not this talented. But it's just so pretty. Look at this. Okay, so there's this entryway. If you go to the left, there's a bathroom. And then on the right is the kitchen area that can lead you to the dining and living room area. This is so cozy and cute. Wait, Eliza's a painter, right? So there's also like little touches of that here and there. There's frames over here. There's also like a bunch of pictures of Carlton and the two of them. That is adorable. I love this. I love this house. This is probably my favorite house so far just because it's so like lived in and fits their personalities. This is so cute. Okay. Next, we have this little painting area for Eliza, and then this is their bedroom, Carlton's room, with his crib and stuff, and a bunch of toys. It's so cute. And then there's also a little desk area for them over here. I actually want to play in here. Moving on to the next residential lot. This is the Stewarts. The Stewart family is built on hard work and love. Dad works as a mixologist, keeping the family fed and supplementing his income with fishing and selling fish. Mom, a devoted stay-at-home mom, cares for their 3 kids and tends to her garden, which helps bring in some extra money. Although Dad is often busy with work, his 2 sons look up to him as their idol, dreaming of following in his footsteps one day. That's so cute. Okay, let's go inside. Oh my gosh, this garage is built differently and it's so cute. It's like it just got in, if that makes sense. And this little entryway is so cute also. Let's actually go inside. So it's a pretty modest house, but again, super lived in. And then there's a pretty large backyard at the back for all the kids. And then upstairs, there's bedrooms also. I think this is the master bedroom, and then just a bunch of other beds and rooms for their 3 kids. Let's move on to Magnolia Park. I think this has always been named Magnolia Park, but I'm sure it got a makeover, so let's look at that. This lot is huge. Okay, so a bunch of trees, just how a park should be. And then just a bunch of things to do. Again, there is a wedding area where your Sims can get married if you wish. And then a pond area, some seating with some planter boxes. And then okay, this looks like a spot you could take your kids to with a bunch of toys and stuff. And again, some cars parked over here just for some realism with the signages again. And some, what is this? Newsstand, and it's a parking ticket something. I don't know what it's called, but I think that's for parking. Oh, with the lines here too. And then the parks are not perfectly aligned. That's so cute. And there's also little manholes. So realistic again. All right, moving on to the next neighborhood, which is Foundry Cove. We have the Cozy Tap here, which is a bar. Let's see. This is indeed like very cozy and very, again, very lived in. And again, with the signages, I know I keep mentioning them, but they really add so much realism to the builds. This is really cute. Okay, so there's this entryway over here, and then a bunch of seating areas outside. And then, of course, coming into the bar itself, there is obviously gonna be a bar, and then some kitchen stuff, and then some seating areas over here, a bathroom. Again, just super simple, but it looks so lived in, which is what makes it very livable and just cozy. This is so beautiful. I can't believe people can actually make this on The Sims because I cannot. And then moving on to this one, single mom, Destiny Roland. Wait. Oh, I'm thinking like Kelly Rowland is a part of Destiny's Child. I don't know if that's deliberate, but it's probably just a coincidence. I don't know. Anyway, life has changed for the Rowlands since Brandon moved out after being caught cheating. Now a single mom, she's taken up full-time freelance work to support her two young children. Balancing work and parenting isn't easy, but she's determined to keep their home cozy and full of love. Thankfully, her parents have stepped in to help whatever they can, making sure she doesn't have to do it all alone. Despite the challenges, her focus is on giving her kids the best life she can. Let's go inside. I want to see Brielle's relationships if her ex is actually there. Where are the kids? At daycare? Okay. Okay, so Destiny Raymond. Let's see. Oh, why did she dislike Nancy? This relationship is tense. Things. I wonder if Nancy is the girl her ex cheated on her with. Maybe. This is Brandon, her ex. Okay, terrible match. It's probably best to stay apart. There's a lot of dislike here. A lot. Ex-spouse perceived as extremely attractive. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe Brandon and Nancy had an affair. Ooh, interesting. Oh, guys. Okay. Okay, so this is their house. There's a lot more clutter here than the other houses that we've seen earlier. And there's even like pillows on the dining area, which is a nice touch. But yeah, really nice. Guys, can you stop doing that actually? Oh, it's just Destiny. I thought it was like two toddlers. Anyway, again, really nice, really lived in. I love the save file so far. Oh, there's also a garage over here with a little minivan. Is there something in here? Just garage stuff and then a little backyard with some seating areas. Why are you here? Raymond, you should probably go inside. Yeah, this is really pretty too. Okay, moving on to the next one, to the Owens family. This is a really large lot. Though the Owens have simple jobs in business, they always make sure their family comes first. After work, they focus on what truly matters, family time. Whether it's going on trips, visiting the park, or enjoying their hobbies, they always find joy together. Dad loves to fish while mom can't get enough of her garden. For them, it's all about balance. There's always time for everything that matters most. Oh! She's using the monkey bars. That's cute. They have a pretty large house. Okay, they have a garage again. And then a car. Lose the papers. Okay, the lot is pretty big. Look at the details over here. It doesn't look like a model home, if that makes sense. The backyard here is also really pretty too. And they have a pool. I didn't even notice that. Next one, this is the Dawson household. Ruben and Hannah's love story has been full of challenges. Having their daughter at a young age, they decided to raise her despite no one's support. Years later, they've established their careers. Ruben is a successful businessman and Hannah as a journalist. Just when they thought life had settled, an unexpected surprise arrived. A new baby. Oh, there's another toddler in here. I didn't see them from this view. Anyway, their teenage daughter, with so much love and care, has embraced her role as a big sister, looking after her little brother with endless affection. Let's go inside. This is their house. A garage over here with a car. And then they have a little backyard over here. Oh, this is actually a really nice neighborhood because there's this river over here. Right. And then there's a backyard with some seating. Okay, someone's calling you. Guys, just go to work. Okay. Anyway, some bedrooms over here. Some over here, another bedroom over here. What is this? Another bedroom. Oh, okay. And then a dining area. And then it's just the one floor. Really cozy, really nice. And then last under this neighborhood is another starter home with nobody inside. So let's see. Get a brand new car when you purchase the starter home. Again, I wish I looked at the homes first before looking at the gallery. Because this is really pretty. Okay, there's a pretty big bedroom over here, and then a kitchen, dining, seating area. You could probably put a TV in here if you would want to. It's all elevated, and then the garage is obviously not elevated. Then a bathroom over here, and then it's just the one floor again. And then a little backyard so you can plant or maybe paint over here. This is so nice. All right, so we finished everything in Foundry Cove. Now let's move on to Crawdad Quarter. So Crawdad Quarter is the heart of Willow Creek. All of the town's liveliness from parks to nightlife can be found in this neighborhood. So this is all the lots here are community lots. So let's go to Willow Water's pool first. Guys, she did it again. It's so pretty. I wonder why this is like blurred. Okay, fixed itself. I'm not even gonna talk. I'm just gonna show you. Like, it's all very nice. Oh, there's even like an indoor outdoor pool situation, if that makes sense. This is so nice. So you can like swim without getting wet in the rain, if that makes sense. I mean, it probably doesn't, but oh, there's also like an actual indoor pool over here if you just want to do laps. And then obviously there's this one for outdoor swimming, and then you can like sunbathe and stuff over here, and then there's also a hot tub. This is really nice. Oh my gosh. Next one is the Riverbend Pub, which is a bar like right beside the pool. This looks so alive. See, this is where the pool was earlier, and then this is the pub, and then these ones we have yet to see. I wish we had open worlds. These like open neighborhoods. Okay, so this is what it looks like from the outside. And then at the back, there is some seating. Oh, and then a bunch of seating inside too. And then obviously a bar. And then, yeah, that's it. That's just the one floor. And then just like most of the pubs in real life, there's also TVs over here. Maybe it's like a sports bar or something. And then moving on to the next one, this is a gym. So this is called Willow Fitness. I never actually make my Sims go to gyms for some reason. I don't know why, but it's probably just because the gyms are so empty and sterile looking. But this one obviously is not gonna be like that. Knowing Analea, it's probably gonna be lived in and beautiful. See, it already looks good. Lobby vibe over here. And then you can just work out in peace. What is this? A stereo. Oh, lockers, showers. Then on the second floor, more workout equipment. So there's treadmills and then just some training bags. And then a little lounge area over here once you're tired and you want to like mingle with other gym goers. Again, very realistic and beautiful. But I kind of like that it still fits the world. They didn't make it super duper modern. It's not worn out or anything. It just fits the world it belongs in. And then there's also a hot tub over here, just in case. And then lastly for Willow Creek, we have Willow Creek Archive, which is a library. It's 2 stories and it looks like this. It's so nice. This is probably like this size in real life. And then she just scaled it up. So it looks like a signage, which is really smart. So that's what it looks like from the outside. I wonder if there's anything in the back. Ooh, this is so nice. Again, something that you can actually see in real life. I can imagine like going to the gym and then maybe taking a shower and then passing through the library first before you go into your house or something like that. Like this looks like something that would actually happen in real life. So obviously there's going to be a bunch of books because this is a library after all. And this is a custom shelf. That's interesting because this is separate pieces. So there's shelves and then another shelf that's like built into the 2 shelves side by side. That's really smart. And then there's a crib. That's interesting. Maybe you could bring your toddler over here and then this is kind of like their area when you're busy reading or using the computer or something. This is really nice. So this is the first floor. So again, just a bunch of books and some laptops. And then on the second floor, I'm assuming it's the same thing. Oh, there's a kids area over here. So it looks like this is an area where you can build your skills. So it's not just a library, but like a place where you can build skills if you can't afford an easel yet, or if you can't afford a chess table. This is so well thought out. Look at that, like a bunch of activities for your Sims. There's even a science thing. Junior Wizard starter set. Maybe if you want your kid to be smart, but you can't afford all the toys. So nice. They even added like backpacks for realism. Ooh, there's also chess tables outside. That's everything for Willow Creek. I know this is taking a while, but I really want you guys to see everything because this save file has so much to offer. So grab a drink or something. And then we'll move on to Oasis Springs next. Okay, moving on to Oasis Springs. Again, this looks so different already from what you get in the base game. Everything is filled in. There's no empty lots or anything like that. And I think similar to what she did with Willow Creek, she made sure that there's at least one community lot in each neighborhood. So let's do this per neighborhood again. So starting off with Skyward Palms. Let's start with this one, Palm View Terrace. I think this is a wedding venue. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, here we are. There's a limousine up front. I don't know why it's like this. Wait, what happened? It just was taking time to render, but yes. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It looks like you can enter from here. And then, ooh, this bow is an interesting detail. And then there's a fountain over here. Again, it looks really realistic. There's also some more arches over here with those same bows. And then it's mainly an indoor wedding area, altar with some seating area for your guests to watch. And then the reception area is right here also. And then you can just have your sim seat here. But you also have the option to get married outdoors over here. It's really pretty. Okay, so this is the wedding venue in Oasis Springs. Again, very beautiful, very realistic with all the cars in here also. Moving on to the next lot. This is Spencer Kim Lewis. The Spencer Kim Lewis family has just moved to Oasis Springs. Oh, did they used to be in Willow Creek or something? I forget. They had been living with Eric's mother and Alice's father, who were staying in their garage. While they enjoyed their time together, things took an unexpected turn when their parents fell in love. Realizing it was time for everyone to have their own space, Vivian and Dennis decided to move out, allowing both families to live in peace and at their own pace. Cool. Okay, let's go inside. All right, so this is what their house looks like. Again, with a garage. It is functional. She doesn't really waste any space. So this time it's a bedroom. So this is assigned to Vivian and Dennis. Although they're not really here, they do have a room here. And then it's a pretty big house actually. So a lot of rooms in here. So the living room and then the dining area with a kitchen, bathroom, room for the kids, or the kid actually, room for the kid. What's her name? Olivia. And then a desk area. Or what is this? She can't touch it. Is it only for kids? Oh yeah. Okay. And then room for Eric and Alice. And then a pool over here. And then we got a pool over here. It's really nice actually. And then some planters all over. Really nice. Very modern and fits Oasis Springs. Now let's move on to Caliente and Dawn. Katrina is living with her partner Dawn and one of her daughters, Nina. Her other daughter, Dina, has moved out to live with her boyfriend. Ooh. Neither of the girls can stand their mother's new partner, and they suspect there's more going on than meets the eye. It's clear that Dawn isn't faithful, but why is Katrina staying with him? Interesting. Okay. I always prefer having lore, but with the limited lore that we have, I don't really know much, to be honest, so I can't even pretend to know. But yeah, there's, again, a lot of realism over here, and it's different but still fits the world. So in the garage, there are just some garage stuff, and then a main bedroom, I'm assuming, and then extra rooms for Dina and Nina, even though Dina doesn't live here anymore. And then again, of course, the Sims got a makeover too. They're fighting though. Okay, the Sims got a makeover too. They despise each other. Interesting. Okay, a big bathroom actually. And then dining area, kitchen. This is a really pretty kitchen slash dining area. And then a pool. I like this area, the fence. And then you have instant access to like the lake or river or whatever, just the water. This is a really nice spot. I like it. And then moving on to the library. This is Sundown Library. This is what it looks like. There's a cow plant in front. And then just some cars. And then a seating area. Again, obviously a lot of books too because it's a library. An interesting layout of the books. It's not your usual. And then an area for kids. Bathroom, some skill building stuff, and an outdoor seating area with some chess tables too. Also an observatory over here, which is interesting. Really nice. And then it's just one floor again. I think I'm noticing for Oasis Springs, there's always just one floor because I guess that's what fits the world the most because it's mostly like low-rise stuff. Okay, now let's move on to this area. This is the land grab mansion. Let's see. But I'm assuming she fixed the relationship between the people because I think in base game they're not even related. I'm not sure if they fixed that with like an update or something, but I do know that Johnny is the son of the land grabs. He was just disowned because he wanted to be a comedian or something. So at least that's fixed. And then Nancy has a lot of like enemies. So Thiago, Brielle, who I think is her enemy because she was dating Brandon. She also has romance with Dawn. This is obviously really nice because it's the land grabs after all. Here they have a really nice seating area, very fitting for them. And then another one here with a hot tub. And they have a lot of cars. They even have a boat. Interesting. And they have 3 cars over here. Again, very fitting for them. And then they obviously have a pool. There's this almost like a den, like a TV area, and then a kitchen and dining, and then a bunch of rooms over here. So 2 rooms. Of course, they have this bathtub. And then a shower area too. So overall, again, very nice. The land grabs are the epitome of wealth and power. Jeffrey and Nancy live with their son Malcolm, while their other son Johnny was cast aside for his wild dream of becoming a comedian. Okay. Now that Johnny has found success, they've reconnected, hoping to share in his riches. Ooh, that's why they have a good relationship. Meanwhile, Jeffrey has grown suspicious of Nancy's faithfulness, going so far as to install cameras around the house to track her every move. Could his worst fears be true? Wait, I have to check that again. I think I read somewhere that there's really like a room for him to like investigate where Nancy is or something. Because Nancy keeps cheating. Wait, is there a basement? There. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is interesting. So, okay, this is general like storage stuff. But the interesting part is this is where he investigates where Nancy is. If we go on live, you see how that tracks Nancy's every move? Oh my god. And then he obviously monitors like businesses and stuff. And then he has this detective type of thing where he prints out pictures and investigates them and stuff and collects evidence. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost missed this. Amazing. This is insane. Oh, I didn't even realize there was a bed here. All right, now moving on to Desert Oasis Pool. So this is just a really cool pool area. There's again a bunch of boats and obviously some cars too. And then again, very realistic with all the signages and the parking tickets and stuff. Really adds realism to the game and makes it feel more lived in. What is this? Star Cruiser Jungle Gym, I guess for the kids. Wow, this is huge. So that's a huge pool over there. And then a grill, some hot tubs. What's in here? Is this an actual thing? Oh yeah, okay. So we also have like locker rooms in here and then a private pool or maybe like a jacuzzi or something and then some lockers. Another pool over here. This is huge. Oh my gosh. Very pretty. Again, I love how she was able to build like similar lots. For example, we also had pools in Willow Creek. It had similar stuff, but the look of this is very much aligned with how Oasis Springs look. The attention to detail is insane. Now let's go this way. Let's go to the park. Here is what the park looks like. Again, a bunch of parked cars with a signage and some realism over here. And then this is a large lot and she really maximized it. But over here we have a diner of some sort. So you can like not be hungry inside the park. And then a picnic area where your kids can play too. And then over here we have some planters, pond over here, a really cool bridge over here with a pond too. And then just some shaded areas with some chess tables, bathroom, toilets over here. Again, very nice. I know I keep saying very nice, but I don't know what else to say. It's really so nice. Okay, let's move to this neighborhood over here. This is the Scott residence. The Scotts are built on years of friendship that blossomed into love. After finally admitting their feelings, this is Travis Scott and Liberty Lee, if I'm not mistaken, are now happily married and have just bought a charming home in Oasis Springs. With plenty of space and a house full of unpacked boxes, they have their work cut out for them as they settle in and make it their own. Excited about the future, they're already dreaming of adding a new member to their growing family. So it's a starter home essentially, and it's really committed to like the new home bit. Liberty Scott. Oh, summer holiday. I wonder where she lives. Anyway, so they just moved in, so you can see like the unpacked boxes and everything, so it's really not finished. There's another car in here. They each have their separate cars. And there's a basement, so we have to make sure to see that later. It's very empty and dirty right now. They haven't settled in yet. And then downstairs, oh, their bedroom is here. So a very dirty bedroom. And then a spot for their future kid. Is she pregnant, actually? Let's see if she's pregnant. Is she? MC Command Center. MC Pregnancy. Is she pregnant? Okay, no, she's not pregnant, I don't think. Okay, but yeah, even if she's not pregnant, they have like prepared for it over here. There's a high chair, there's a little crib and bassinet for the kid. That's really cute. Next up, we have another park. This is Sunside Park. So this is what it looks like. This is a little more empty than the other ones that we've seen. So a lot more like negative space over here. There's no wedding arch, I don't think. So really just a place to hang out in. There's this area for the kids too, and then some planters. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. And then over here, Desert Starter. Oh, this is one of those ones where there's nobody living inside, so you can start here if you want. So another one with a garage, and it's a pretty small lot. So you have a bedroom over here, and then a bathroom, and then a dining and kitchen area, and then a living area. Cute. And then Patel and Zest. Ooh, they're together. Johnny may be famous and successful, but fame hasn't changed him. He's living a quiet life with his fiancée, Zoe, in their cozy trailer, and he even built an office in the back of his plot. Despite his parents casting him aside when he pursued comedy, they've now reconnected after hearing about his success. Though they're on okay terms, Johnny doesn't trust them and keeps his distance, preferring his peaceful life over their ambitions. Good for you, Johnny. Oh, it's a really small lot too. Oh, it's so nice. It's like a container home. Okay, so there's 3 cars for some reason. I guess he's still successful, so he still has that money. Inside this garage is their bedroom. Okay, so it looks really good from the inside, actually. It just looks a bit modest from the outside, but it looks good from the inside. So you see it's all very modern and stuff. And then over here is their living area. I guess this is his office because there's a microphone in here, so maybe this is where he practices his routines and stuff. There's a little desk area over here. And then in here we have the living and kitchen area. This is honestly so cool. Maybe one of the coolest lots. You're so cute. Johnny, Jay. This is very interesting. Okay, and then let's see the Huntington residence. Jay thought his bet with Mitchell would be all fun and games, but it left him in a tricky situation. While dating Nina started as a challenge, it quickly became exhausting. Nina's high standards and constant demands leave Jay feeling trapped, even though she's the one who keeps asking him out. Ironically, neither wants a serious relationship, yet Jay feels stuck in one. Will he find the courage to break free, or will Nina keep him hooked? Okay, let's see. So there's a fake garage again over here, but it's actually his bedroom. It's really nice too. The bathroom's really nice. It's all like black and manly. This is like an open living area with a kitchen, and I guess he eats outside. Oh, and then he also has a gym. He has workout equipment in his room. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, so this is where he lives, and he has a truck. Okay, let's move on to this part. Kim, Lewis, Dennis, and Vivian have settled into a quiet neighborhood in Oasis Springs after living in their children's garage for so long. They've made their home cozy with a special room for their granddaughter Olivia when she visits. Oh, that's so cute. Olivia loves spending time with them. Gardening, fishing, and trips to park together make every visit extra special. Aside from the amazing builds, I think what also amazes me is how detailed each story is. It's amazing. Okay, so they have this mini van. They have a really nice house too, like a quaint little house. So this is what it looks like from the outside, from the front. And then this is what it looks like at the back. Oh, Dennis is gardening. That's so cute. They also got makeovers, of course. This is such a nice place. And then moving on to the inside, this garage is their actually it's their main bedroom. And they have a picture over here. Oh, this is Dennis with their child. I don't remember who this is. I'm sorry. And then a bathroom. It's a small but really nice place, actually. Some more pictures. Oh, that's so cute. There's so many pictures. There's even one of them kissing. That's so cute. Dennis, what's the name of their child again? Is it their child or like their daughter I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm dumb and I didn't realize that they're actually the parents of the couple who married and then they fell in love with each other. I forgot about that. That was discussed in Willow Creek, I think, but yeah, I just forgot. I'm sorry. And then this is Olivia. More pictures of Olivia. It's so cute because it actually looks like a home that your grandparents would live in, if that makes sense. And then this is Olivia's room. It's so cute. Richard's holiday. Okay, so Summer Holiday ended up marrying. Summer Holiday and Gavin Richards never expected to fall in love, but life had other plans. I don't remember if Gavin Richards is actually a townie that came with a base game or if he's a new character. I don't know. What started as carefree outings with their friend group took a surprising turn when Summer discovered she was pregnant. Deciding to face a future together, they moved in and are now happily engaged. While their relationship began at lightning speed, they're taking things slow now, building a life full of love and understanding for their growing family. Oh, there's a kid. Isaac's first visitor. Summer is really pretty. She obviously gave them a makeover too. But okay, they also have a car over here. This looks like a typical Oasis Springs house. And then there's a backyard over here. It's pretty empty though. And then inside, there's like gym equipment over here, a living room, kitchen, and then downstairs is their rooms. So there's like a mini office over here, the main bedroom, and then the room of the kid, and then another bathroom over here. I don't know if that's safe. Why are you outside? Let's move on to this area. This is a museum. This is what it looks like. A lot of, I think the museum is pretty small, but there's a big area for trees and stuff. And then there's seating at the back again. A bunch of sculptures. Whoa, this is cool. Flying llama, a bunch of art too. And then some easels here and a crafting table and a woodworking table. That's cute and simple. Moving on over here, this is Mitchell and Dina. So Mitchell never imagined a simple bet with his friend Jay would lead to such a twist in his life. Tasked with dating one of the Calientes sisters, Mitchell surprised everyone, especially himself, by hitting it off with Dina. Their casual outings quickly turned into something deeper, and before long, they were sweethearts. Now living together, Mitchell and Dina enjoy their shared interests and the time they spent together. Mitchell still marvels at how an unexpected bet led to finding love. That's cute. So this is their house. It's a bit small. But they have a hot tub over here and they have a huge backyard. Car too. And then if you enter through the garage door, you'll be greeted with this, the dining area and the kitchen. And then this is their room. And then a living area. It's pretty small and cozy. And then a bathroom over here. So obviously he's best friends with Jay. And then Dina, they're very close and very happy. And then he's also friends with some of the other roomies. And he has other... Ooh, he's friends with Isaac. And then Dina hates Dawn, obviously. She is, of course, close to Nina and Katrina. Moving on to this one, which is an empty lot again. I mean, no, it's not an empty lot. It's an empty house. Nobody's living here, but the lot is not empty. So this is another starter. This is what it looks like from the front. And there's a backyard over here. And then it's a pretty small house, but again, very cozy. So there's a bedroom over here, living area combined with a kitchen. It's kind of the receiving area and then the bathroom. So pretty simple, but it has everything you need, I think. I could never figure out how to build like this. Like, see, this is very small and simple, but she made it look very detailed. I don't know how she does it. All right, moving on to the last bit for Oasis Springs. So this is Mirage Canyon. This is where most of the community lots are. Let's go left to right. Let's start with Subway Fuel, which is a nightclub. Oh, is this a gas station? Oh my gosh. Wait. I'm confused. Oh, the nightclub is downstairs. Oh, that's so cool. So I guess it's kind of like a speakeasy or something. So it's a seemingly innocent gas station. Oh my god, this concept is so cool. But it's a gas station over here. Again, very detailed. Cars going and getting gas. And then here's like the convenience store that usually comes with gas stations. And then when you go down, you see a nightclub. It's a speakeasy. Oh my god, that's so cool. That's amazing. I love that. Okay, and the next Starlight Lounge. So it's right beside the quote-unquote gas station. So it looks like this. There's a bunch of sculptures outside, and then again with the realism, with all the signages and stuff. The roof is so cool. There's an indoor-outdoor thing going on. This is nice. Oh, this is nice. So when you enter, you're greeted with this thing. What's this called? The terrario? I don't know. I don't want to invent stuff. But yeah, it's just a lounge with a bunch of seating, a bar, and then a stage for performers. This is really nice too. And then there's a bunch of art on the walls also for it's nice. Oh, there's another bar here. Oh wait, is that the only bar? I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I've been talking for way too long. And then there is a gym, a bunch of cars parked, not perfectly, obviously. And then a little signage, lockers, bathrooms, and obviously fitness equipment. This is a really nice gym actually. And then this is a boxing area. And then some treadmills. The last one for Oasis Springs is the sandbar. Small and cute. It's not as modern as the other ones. This feels like a dainty little bar, like a pub almost. It's cute. It still feels very Oasis Springs, but like a different vibe, if that makes sense. It's nice. It looks more traditional. Okay, that's it for Oasis Springs, and then now moving on to the last world, which is Newcrest. If you guys have ever opened Newcrest, you would know that it is empty. It starts off as empty, but now it's fully filled, and it now has 6 households, but it's still mostly community lots. Okay, let's start with this area right here. This is Bridgeview, family-friendly neighborhood that has a lovely picnic area and a striking city skyline backdrop. Let's start from this one. This is Lloyd. The Lloyd family, a married couple with big dreams, has found their new start in Newcrest. Emma is determined to shine as a top stylist, while Byron aims to make his mark as a successful entertainer. Starting small but dreaming big, they're reaching for the stars. Will they achieve the fame and fortune they crave? Only time will tell. Interesting. So this is their house. Again, they also have a car. And then over here is a garage area. And then here, a bathroom. Why are some of the things not loading properly? Anyway, so this is their house. It's quaint, pretty cute. There's no second floor or basement. I think this is it. Yeah, it's pretty. And then the views are really nice too. Look at this. See it? It's so nice. All right, and then over here is a starter home with no Sims in it. So you're free to use this if you want to. So again, you get a car, and then when you enter, you have this little like entryway, living room, kitchen, dining, bathroom. It's actually all on a platform, and so you have to go down to get to your room. And then a little backyard over here. To this one, Douglas. Now retired, the Douglas grandparents adore their grandchildren and their only daughter, who lives nearby in Willow Creek. After their daughter was cheated on and left to raise her 2 young children. Oh, these are the parents of Brielle. Okay, after her daughter got cheated on and left to raise her 2 young children, a toddler and an infant on her own, they've stepped in to help as much as they can, offering love and support to keep the family strong. That's nice. So are they like well off? I'm assuming they're kind of well off because I feel like they're also helping Brielle financially. Okay, they are kind of well off, I believe, because they have a pool. Okay, so this is what it looks like from the front. So it is kind of a big house, actually. So on the first floor, we have a garage over here. And then, oh, they have a collection. They have like an Elements collection. Oh my god, I missed my Not So Berry challenge. Anyway, so they have that. A bathroom, dining area. Oh, this is really cool. Like a lot of painting stuff. Their living area. They have a pool at the back. I'm assuming these are like stuff for their grandchildren. That's so cool. And then a lot of spoiled stuff over here. On the second floor, their room. A separate room, I guess, for their grandchildren too. And then there's also some toys over here. There's toys all over the place. And then a bathroom, a little office space. Again, very lived in and very detailed. This is really nice. On to Owens. A devoted single dad, Daryl has raised his 2 kids, now a teenager and a child, since their mother left when they were just babies. He's dedicated his entire life to them, and they are forever grateful for his love and sacrifices. Now they want nothing more than to see him happy and hope he finds someone special to share his life with. Even his brother and sister-in-law, who've helped out a lot over the years, are rooting for him to find love again. Who's your brother and sister-in-law? Let's see his relationships. Melissa Owen, so this is his child. Katrina. Walter Owens? Who is Walter? I guess this is like a new person. I don't know. Richard Douglas. Oh, that's cute. Supportive, sure. So this is what their house looks like. Ooh, the garage is like separate. Girl, okay. So this is the garage. Living area, room. I wonder where the rooms of the kids are though. Oh, in the basement. Oh, this looks so cozy. This is so nice. This lamp is really nice. So they share a room over here in the basement, and then they have a little bathroom over here too. I like this. And then in the backyard, they have a huge backyard too. Some playing area for the kids, and then a woodworking table, and then a grill over here. And then in here we have a park. This is another huge park with some cars, and then a pond, play areas for the kids, place to sit and hang out with a bonfire too. The trees are really nice here. Seating area too, which is a little bit more private, I think. And there's also some toilets over there, and then another playing area for the kids. Really nice. I think this park is centered towards like kids. And now let's move on to this section. This is Lama Lagoon with lakeside walkways and public playground equipment. This neighborhood is just the right amount of cosmopolitan. Let's go to the first residential lot, Burrows. Burrows have lived with their daughter Audrey and her family for so long, but now they've moved out to their own cozy home in Willow Creek. As empty as the house feels sometimes, they're thankful that their other daughter has returned to live with them. She's still unpacking and settling in after coming back to her hometown, enjoying the fresh air and peaceful surroundings. However, when asked about what brought her back, she always avoids the topic, leaving her parents curious but concerned. Oh, I guess before we start with the house, I want to see her relationships first. So she is a young adult, and I kind of want to know what happened to her. Ashley Wright, niece. She doesn't have any enemies. I wonder what happened. Traits, does not want a child right now. Sage caregiver. Few milestones. There's not any milestones too. Staying out of the spotlight. It's not really anything happening. I don't know. Unless is it because of the fact that she's exploring men and women? I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, this is what their house looks like. Oh my god, this is so cute. It's a greenhouse. It's hard to make green look pretty, I believe. And again, she was successful in doing that. But yeah, this is the house. A room over here. I'm assuming this is the... Okay, yeah, this is like the master's bedroom. And then a dining area over here. A kitchen. A living space. This looks so cozy. I would love to read a book in here. And then on the second floor is a place for kids. And this is another room where she is unpacking. Again, the attention to detail is so interesting. It's still a bit messy right now because she's still unpacking. And then a spare room for kids. But she does not want kids right now. Unless, is she pregnant? I don't know. I want to check. Current children, nothing. MC pregnancy? How do I actually check though? Pregnancy? No, she's not pregnant either. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with Nyla. Or Neela, I don't know. This is the house, and there's a backyard over here. Cute. And then moving on to this one, Roland. Brandon has moved back in with his parents and Aunt Stevie after his split from Brielle. Oh, okay, so this is where Brandon lives. While they took him in because his family tensions are high in the household, his parents are deeply disappointed in him for cheating on Brielle. Oh, interesting. And their once peaceful home has become filled with frustration. Aunt Stevie, a struggling artist, tries to keep things light, but even she can't ignore the strain Brandon's actions have caused. Their family life, once calm and steady, was turned upside down overnight. Oh my god, that's interesting. But I like that story too, that his family is disappointed in him, because usually people just blindly side with their family just because they're family, if that makes sense. Oh, wow. Let's see his relationships, actually. So with Beatrice, is Beatrice like his mom? Yeah. Okay. So, disliked... Terrible match. So a lot of people hate him, but he does have some romance with Nancy and with Stella. Stella, who has a spouse too. Stella is his neighbor. Oh my god, please don't do that again. So this is their house. It's a pretty nice house. So they have a car. It's a pretty big house actually. A kitchen, a living area, and then on the second floor is a bunch of rooms over here. I wonder where he sleeps though. Where does he sleep? Unless there's a basement. Oh, there is. I guess he lives here. Oh yeah, this is his room. And there's another living area in here. So he essentially kind of has a house to himself. He can clean this up, but yeah. And then there's also this bathroom. So yeah, this is their house. It's pretty big. But again, there's tension. Next up is the Newcrest Nook, which is a bar. So this is what it looks like from the front. Some parked cars. Ooh, that's a really shiny floor. Oh, interesting roof design. And then over here we have just a bar and some seating. And then what does that look like? Oh, that's really cozy. And then on the next floor is some more seating and then a huge television over here. I'm guessing this is like the VIP area. I mean, it feels that way. But yeah, this is the bar. Next up is Riverside Blossom Park. This is another huge park. Oh my god, the trees are so beautiful. But again, a bunch of parked cars over here and then an area for the kids, hangout spot, maybe a picnic spot. And then over here, I can imagine getting married in here. I mean, I feel like it would be so beautiful. Oh, never mind. Is this meant to be like a graveyard? I think so, because there's like a bunch of candles. I take it back. I do not want to get married in here. Oh, this is such a nice concept. And then, what is this? I guess this is like a chapel then. Imagine the priest over here and then they're holding the ceremony over here. I guess that's a point, right? Oh my god, I love this concept. So I guess when you're like visiting graveyards or something, you can leave your kids here and then you can have a picnic over here. Interesting concept. Okay, yeah, I guess this really is like a chapel. What's in here? Nothing. It's just for the roof. And then the last one for this area is the Browning residence. Browning family is built on wealth but shaken by turmoil. Austin, a successful businessman, always dreamed of having a family. His marriage to Stella began with love and promise, but when Austin expressed his desire for a child, cracks began to show. Stella never wanted children, and though they now have a son, Jonathan, she struggles to accept him. Staying with Austin for his riches, Stella's commitment to the family is fragile. How long can their uneasy bond hold? Oh, this is the girl who also has some romance with, I forget the name, Brandon? Oh, that's why. Let's see. Let's see Stella's relationships. Oh, so with Austin, the love bar is like negative. Awkward friends. Things started out friendly, but then it got weird. Spouse perceived as extremely attractive, and they don't have any romance right now. But she does have some romance with Brandon. She barely has a relationship with Jonathan. They're just acquaintances. Oh no. And then let's see Jonathan's relationships with people. So Austin, I expect them to be more friends, I guess, but like to have a better relationship, but I guess not. But he is friends with a bunch of the Roland people, except for Brandon, surprisingly. Interesting. Okay, I guess because Stella meets with Brandon privately and never really brings Jonathan with her because she's not really a fan. So this is their house. They're obviously well off because Austin is pretty wealthy. So they have a pool over here. Oh my god, they have a huge pool. They have a huge backyard. And then this is their house. They have 2 cars right now. And then this is Jonathan's room, a living room, a dining room, another room. Oh, this is huge. This is a really pretty home, honestly. Parenting level 1. Is she talking to him? I wonder what her traits are. Self-assured, hates children, does not want a child right now, non-committal, alluring, lover, hero. This is so fun to like look into. Angelic, loves books. Oh, I feel bad for him because he's angelic, but then his mother doesn't really love him. Okay, moving on to the last bit. Let's go this way. So Newcrest Splash. So this is a pool. I am slowly losing my voice, you guys. I have been recording for a bit. This save is just so detailed and I can't stop talking about it. So there are cards over here again. I accidentally deleted one. I'm sorry, I can't bring it back for some reason. Anyway, let's forget that happened. So this is an area for kids. You can play over here, and then obviously since it's a pool lot, there's a bunch of pools. This I think is an indoor pool. Yeah. And then a bunch of lockers over here, and then some outdoor pools right here, and then a lot of lounge chairs that you can like sunbathe in. cool. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this quick because again, I'm losing my voice. We have 4 lots left. This is the nightclub. So it looks like this from the outside. Then it has 2 floors. So when you enter, you're greeted with this. You can either go straight up or you can go over here with some... This feels like just a hangout spot. This feels like just somewhere you can dine in. But you can order upstairs, I'm assuming. Or not. Where can you order? I don't know. Where do you get your drinks from? I don't know. Anyway, it's a nightclub. This feels like the VIP area again, and then just some bathrooms over here. Yeah, that's pretty much it with this, I think. Maybe I deleted something because there's no bar. I don't know. Oh yeah, maybe I did delete something because it's incomplete now, but it wasn't incomplete earlier. I'm sorry. Moving on to neighbors. In the heart of Newcrest, a group of unique individuals has come together, each in their own apartment, ready to embark on new chapters in their lives. Though they're not a family, they're neighbors who couldn't be more different from one another. Each has their own distinct personalities, skills, and dreams, but all share one thing, a fresh start in the same place. Who knows what connections or adventures await them in this vibrant new community? Well, this is interesting because it's just in one lot, but I'm assuming it's in different houses. It's kind of like a pretend apartment complex. Oh, yeah, it's kind of like an apartment complex, but it's just in one lot. Oh my god, this is so cool. Sure, you like affection. I'm assuming this is like one apartment. This is another apartment. And then upstairs are 2 more apartments. And this one. This is so cool to see. Are these locked for the other Sims? I guess? I don't know. This is cool. I like this concept. And then there's a girl over here at the back. Oh, that's not the back. That's actually the front. I'm sorry. Interesting. It's like a city vibe. Alright, then what's next? We have 2 left. Okay, this one is a gym. Okay, this is what the gym looks like. So on the first floor, we have some boxing equipment, some lockers, and then some more workout equipment. And then it looks like there's like a little pantry over here. On the second floor, some treadmills, some more lockers, and some more showers. That's cute. And then this little signage is back. It's cute. And then there are some hot tubs in here. And then what is this? Diaper storage? Oh, but it kind of looks like those outdoor towel holders. This actually fits. Cute. Okay. And then for our last lot, this is a library. This is what it looks like from the front. And then going into the library itself, again, a bunch of books. And then at the back, there's a bunch of seating areas where you can read your books. And then there's also some computers in here. Interesting layout too. And then on the second floor, some skill building items. And then some kids stuff. Then that's it. Oh my god, I can't believe I finished that. This took me like 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours to record. And my voice is almost gone. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the save file by Analea. Again, I'll link it down below if you want to download it. But I am overall really impressed with how realistic and with how detailed this is. Not just with the builds, but also with the relationships between the Sims. It really feels like a world that was lived in, and it just feels super realistic. So I love it. And the best part is it's base game, so you don't have to download anything. It's all completely for free. I'm gonna put the link to her video and the link to download the save file down below. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the walkthrough of the save file. Please give this video a like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!